Hello my friends, and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Project Dark Knight Horror, and I am your host, the Dark Knight. Today, we're going to be focusing on ghosts, poltergeists and demons. We're going to take a deep dive into the world of the paranormal. So stick the kettle on, make a cup of tea, and let me show you the truth. It's that time again, so close the door, shut the curtains, and turn off the lights, and go full screen as you get ready to watch paranormal videos that make you 100% believe in demons. Paranormal Blueprint. For my first case today, we're going to check out a TikTok account that goes by the name of Chits McGee and is owned and run by a guy called Joseph. Joseph joined TikTok in 2017 and started posting the usual funny clips and skits that we usually see from new accounts on TikTok. But then 2 years later, in August, something changed. Joseph posted his first paranormal TikTok that quickly went viral. I named this chapter Paranormal Blueprint because I'm going to explain to you that hauntings and the paranormal always follow a routine, like a blueprint. I've seen this many times, and this account is no different. Before this all started, Joseph was a happy-go-lucky guy who was passionate about his country, joked about himself, and didn't take things too seriously. But then one day, all of that changed when he was followed home by a ghost. As it took up residence in his home, the weeks and months that followed had a drastic impact on Joseph. His mood changed, and so did his appearance. Our interest slowly grew into an obsession, and as the sleepless nights followed, Joseph became another statistic in a long line of people who communicate with entities and live to regret it. Watch.
So I've been hearing some strange noises coming from this bathroom. And so I'm going to set up this camera to record and see if we catch anything. I've never caught anything on camera before, so I'm hoping that this might be the first time, but kind of sounds like scratches.
So as Joseph turns off the bathroom light, if you look carefully from the right hand side, something peeks out for a second and looks straight at the camera. Now this can be quite unbelievable to some people, but trust me when I say this happens more than you would think. So because of the paranormal posts, Joseph's account has got more views than ever before. So he started communicating with the entity, which we all know is a big no-no. Communicating establishes acknowledgement, and acknowledgement gives them power over you. It's that simple. Now you're going to see a change from a curious entity that peeks and stays far away to a full-blown entity that walks around the house slamming and banging doors. And this all came from acknowledging the entity. Watch.
Alright guys, so you wanted an update. So here is the shower. That's where the cat goes to the bathroom, so nobody's in there. Nobody's in the bathroom. Nothing's behind the door. Alright, we're turning the light off because it doesn't like the light. Here's my fiance.
I don't want to be on camera.
Okay.
I don't think we should be engaging it.
It's fine. It hasn't done anything. It's not really being too like creepy or anything. It just does. So we've been playing peekaboo. Peekaboo.
So even Joseph's fiance thought it was a bad idea to engage with the entity, But Joseph didn't listen, and he continued to engage and communicate with it. He would even turn off the lights to make it more comfortable for the entity that he named Peekaboo. But as time went by, Joseph started to realize that he messed up. The novelty was quickly wearing off, and Joseph could sense that menace was in the air.
Okay guys, I think I fucked up a little bit. Do you hear that? What the fuck is that? Charlie, the cat's right here. She doesn't seem to be worried about it.
So in case you didn't get it from watching that, all of the communication and engagement has given the entity power over Joseph, and now it started slamming and banging on walls. There's been a blatant shift in power, and there is fear all over Joseph's face. The moral of the story is never communicate or acknowledge ghosts, poltergeists or demons, unless this is what you want.
We're in the bathroom again. Nobody's in here. It's just me. Alice is in the bedroom. I'm in the living room watching some TV. Some more stuff's been happening, okay? So we are going to put the camera in the bathroom. I got a little night light. We're going to keep on in here. And we're going to see what's going on.
The entity is now making its presence known by slamming doors and banging on walls all night long. Because of this, Joseph hasn't been sleeping, and it's having a knock-on effect from his appearance to work in relationships. So he decides to take some advice from his viewers and confronts the entity and tells it to leave his home. But it didn't go well. Watch.
Alright. I appreciate all the well wishes. I haven't been getting great sleep lately. I don't know if it's because of this, but I'm going to take your advice. It's been slamming the doors again this morning. I'm just going to tell it to get the fuck out of here. Okay? Alright, this is it. You are not welcome here. You need to leave. We are done with your bullshit. We are not going to take it anymore. Okay? You need to get the fuck out. No, no, this is fucking bullshit.
Something growls at Joseph from his bathroom that sounds very evil. I don't know if he heard it at the time, but I couldn't find any discrepancies when I put it through an audio program, so as far as the growl goes, I think it checks out. Another detail you should remember about the paranormal is the activity starts and stops sporadically with every case I've researched, and it always comes back stronger. You would have thought that after all of this activity, Joseph would have learned something and realized that communicating with the entity is bad news. But the call of social media proves too tempting to ignore. So Joseph decides on a really bad course of action. Watch.
Alright. Sorry, I've been gone for a couple of days. Don't worry guys, everything's okay. The activity has picked back up a little bit, but it's not too bad. We took kind of a couple days off of TikTok just to kind of breathe for a minute and kind of let everything kind of settle down, soak in. About to have a video reach 1 million views, which is crazy. So thank you for that. I appreciate everybody's suggestions on what we should be doing. I've talked to a couple people, and I'm actually going to be engaging with it. I know, probably not a great idea, but we're going to be responsible. And I got some help. So we're going to be doing a necrophonic session, a spirit box session in the next couple days, and some new videos should be coming up pretty soon. Okay? Bye. Okay, let's get started. Is anybody here? What's your name? Are you here to hurt us? Are you mad that I insulted you the other day?
So Joseph made 3 or 4 videos of himself using the spirit box to communicate with the entity. I didn't include these videos because of time, and I think it would be better for you to listen to them properly by visiting his channel. But needless to say that using the spirit box didn't make things any better. In fact, things got more sinister.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear this. I'm gonna try to be really quiet. I'm being really quiet. Is somebody in there?
What happens next is another level of scary. After using necrophonic to communicate with the entity, according to Joseph, the whole house became cold. So cold, in fact, that his teeth began to tremble. He could feel a presence with him, and just when he thought it couldn't get any worse, from down the hall in the darkness of the bathroom, voices could be heard loud and clear. It didn't sound like 2 people talking to each other. It sounded like it was talking to Joseph directly. As Joseph drew nearer to the voices, he could feel that something was in the bathroom. But when he turned on the lights, everything stopped. Shortly after this, Joseph decided to get his home cleansed, so he called in a specialist, but it didn't work, and things got worse.
Okay, so my friend came again and she did another ritual on smudging. She said that the original spirits that she got rid of the first time were gone, but something else had taken their place. And it was not in the bathroom. It was standing in the corner of our bedroom. It has gotten interesting, to say the least. We're now hearing footsteps in the hallway, walking past our door. At odd hours the other morning, the power went out, and I was hearing the footsteps. I was trying to make a video for you guys, and I captured this. The power's out. There's no power, but there's power in the other apartments. It's just mine. So I don't really understand why. Maybe I just go to the breaker box. Oh, the breaker. So I don't really understand.
One day, the power went out in Joseph's home. He started to hear footsteps, so he started to record. As he made his way towards the breaker box, Unknown to Joseph, the entity was watching him.
Alright, I guess I should make an update. We have taken the advice of thousands of comments, and we are no longer engaging it at all. Since we've stopped acknowledging it, things have gotten very quiet and peaceful here, and it's actually not too bad. You guys remember my friend that came? This is a seal of Solomon that she gave me to help protect and ward off anything that was evil. It's helped too. Since I've gotten this, things have gotten quieter, so I just ask that you be happy for me, that I have some peace.
At last, some common sense in a mad world. So as you just heard, eventually Joseph stopped communicating with the entity and ceased all acknowledgement too. With the combined effort of Joseph and the cleansing his friend was doing, the paranormal activity started to subside. Not all cases end so easily and abruptly. Some cases take months, even years to stop, and every case is different. I couldn't feature all of Joseph's videos, so if you want to watch his paranormal journey from the beginning, the name is on screen. When you message him in the comments, tell him the Dark Knight sent you. La Familia Embrujada, the haunted family. For my next case, we're traveling to Mexico to hear the story of a family who for years have been plagued by the paranormal. The mother of the family is called Marsha, and she also runs the local corner shop which sells all manner of things from groceries to alcohol. The family, that consists of a husband and wife, a boy and a girl, are so used to the paranormal that people who watch this might not believe it. The spirits appear all over the home, in every room inside and outside the grounds, and also in the little shop. On most nights when Marsha is alone in the shop, she'll catch a glimpse of a head peeking around the corner, or something watching from above the shelves. The paranormal activity is so bad that even their bedroom, which is supposed to be a private place, has been invaded. And it's very, very scary. So Marsha took to social media in the hopes of getting some help. This is their story. Watch.
Era de madrugada, solo bajaba al baño, todas las luces estaban prendidas. Quise ver una silueta, entré a la tienda, pero no encontré nada. Decidí esperar y empecé a grabar. Después de revisar el video, mi terror fue cuando vi esa sombra pasar. No la noté.
In the first clip, Marsha hears footsteps coming from somewhere in the house. So because of a trend on TikTok, she uses a filter to try and capture something paranormal. If you look towards the curtain where the blue light is, you can see something's shadow move across from right to left. The reason Marsha uploaded this clip was because she was all alone in the house. The second clip was recorded in the family shop one night. The footage is from a live that the husband and wife did for Instagram. And in the short clip, they caught a face of a woman staring at them from behind some shelves. The footage isn't great quality, but you can clearly see what looks like a face staring at them.
No mames, ¿qué es eso? Ahí se ve como una cara, ¿sí? Ahí. Y eso no estaba. Se ve clarito, se me está poniendo la pichinita, se ve clarito la cara de una mujer ahí. Miren. Y eso no estaba. Pero...
Marsha was alone one night because her husband was at work when she noticed a container was moving from side to side. Now, As paranormal activity goes, this is quite tame, but if you couple it with the fact that stuff like this happens every night and always when she's alone, it becomes something else. This is a fear tactic to feed off the fear it is producing from Marsha. The entity will do something to make a person scream and scared, and from that, fear is released. She's transformed into energy, which in turn feeds the entity.
Chihuahua. A ver qué es lo que está pasando. Clarito vi que se movió el bote. Ay, no. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, sí es cierto, fue el bote, se está moviendo. Ay, no inventes, qué miedo. Ay, Diosito santo. Ay, Dios, ¿por qué? Ay, se sigue moviendo, ¿sí vieron? ¿Sí vieron? Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, no sé por qué se... ¿Hay alguien aquí? Ay, Juan Carlos. Ay, me jalaron. Ahorita solo bajé al baño, pero vine para llevarle leche al niño. Pero ahorita que estaba en el baño, escuché golpes fuertes aquí en la tienda. Como tengo que entrar a la tienda también porque aquí está la leche, pero pues parece que no es nada, no veo nada anormal. ¿Sabe qué habrá sido? Canijo, vi algo, una sombra, pero no alcanzo a ver nada. No veo nada. A ver acá. No está todo tranquilo. Mejor vamos. Ay, se me olvidó la panes de... A ver, vamos a ver de cuál pan le llevo. Yo creo este. Canijo, escuché que me dijeron psh, psh. Ay, no, es verdad. Bueno, vamos a ver. Es que no alcanzo a ver nada. Vamos a ver acá. Se ve que vemos a ver si aquí algo se cayó o algo. Pero no, todo está bien. Todo está en su lugar como lo dejé antes de cerrar. No hay nada en el suelo. Todo se ve bien. ¿Sabe? Mejor vámonos ya. Oh, me hablaron otra vez. ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¿Qué es eso? ¡Ay, no, Dios santo! ¿Qué es eso?
One night, Marsha gets up to grab some milk and bread for her son. But just as she's about to leave, she hears something which piques her curiosity. After checking, she can't see anything abnormal, so she decides to leave. But then she hears something again, and this time she goes deeper into the shop to make sure everything is okay. Little does she know, but Marsha is being watched by a spirit. As she turns around, high above in plain terrifying sight, something is watching her. As you can expect, she screams and runs away. These are the moments that ghosts, poltergeists and demons live for. It's the thrill of the scare, and it's that very fear that feeds them.
Comenzando empezando a grabar porque hace un ratito escuché ruidos. Ayer vine a lavar y ahorita ya nada más estoy doblando la ropa que ya se secó. Incluso hasta apagué la tele, pues para ver si podía escuchar algo más, pero no. Voy a seguir llevando la ropa. Ay, esta niña que siempre me deja esta luz prendida. Ay, hija de mi vida. Ven. Se volvió a escuchar un ruido. Pero no, déjenme seguir acomodando la ropa. Ay, Dios mío santo. 2 veces. Ahora fueron 8. ¡Ay, Dios! Ay, qué susto. Ay, Dios mío. ¿Qué está pasando? Es que aquí no hay nada. Es que aquí no hay nadie. Me asustó esto. Ay, es que no hay nadie. Ay, Dios mío, hasta la presión se me bajó. Ay, Madre Santa. Ay, no, déjenme ir a ver a los niños. Tengo que ser fuerte. ¿No me ayudaste a guardar la ropa, mami? Mira, ya hasta me lo tiraron. Ay, mucho calor. Tengo muchísimo calor. Déjame ir a ver. Porque sí. ¿A qué hora me habrán prendido esta luz otra vez estos niños? Yo creo ahorita le voy a marcar a mi mamá. No puede ser. Ya cerraron la puerta. Yo así no la dejé. Así no dejé la puerta. Es que aquí no hay nadie. Yo tengo que ser fuerte.
Marsha is at home with the kids, getting on with everyday chores around the house while looking after them. Then all of a sudden she hears something over the TV. After listening for anything paranormal, she carries on with her chores. As she leaves the room, she turns off the light, but on returning back to the same room, she notices the doll has moved off its chair. Then she hears a noise coming from inside her cupboard. This scares Marsha and happens almost every day. You can tell these occurrences are really having an impact on her. She checks on the kids, and when she returns to the cupboard door has been closed. And she knows she didn't leave it like that. So she checks under the bed just in case someone is in her home. Now, think about what's happening here. Her husband Joshua is at work most of the time because they need the money. Marsha is left at home to deal with these everyday occurrences, and it doesn't matter who you are. After a while, these occurrences will take a toll on the mind and body. They know Marsha is prone to fear and more vulnerable, and she's home alone. And she's always second-guessing herself, which is bad for her mental health. I guess what I'm trying to say is, there's a lot more to the paranormal that we don't talk about. During the last Christmas season, Marsha and the kids were decorating a Christmas tree that was gifted to her by the kids' grandmother. The video is of the family sharing a special moment, and it's a rare opportunity for Marsha to relax and be happy. But her happiness doesn't last, because from the shelf high up on the left-hand side of the screen, the doll flies off and lands on the floor.
Les comparto un poquito de mi felicidad. Hoy fuimos con su abuela y les tenía una sorpresa para su nueva casa. Ya nada más faltaría comprarlo. Se cayó.
Now you can tell that this wasn't faked by the shadow of the doll. If it was thrown by someone off screen, it would have shown by where the shadow came from. Plus, immediately, Marsha panned the camera towards the shelf. So, what do you think? Do you agree? Let me know down below if you think this is real.
Bajé por unas pastillas para el dolor de cabeza. Últimamente he tenido mucho dolor de cabeza de tantas preocupaciones. Mucho sueño que no he podido ni descansar bien. Se oye algo acá. Acá, hijo, ¿qué es eso que brilla? Ay, es la copiadora. No, de a tiro escuché que pronunciaron mi nombre. Pero no es nada. Todo está tranquilo hoy.
¿Qué hace, mami?
Limpiando porque está bien lleno de polvo la casa. ¿Y tú ya hiciste lo que te mandé, hija?
Sí.
¿Ya viste que ya pusieron la tele?
No.
Para ponernos a ver películas y comiendo palomitas.
Sí.
Ya ahorita que llegue los mande.
Mami.
¿Qué pasó?
¿Palomitas?
Sí, hacemos palomitas, siéntate.
Sí.
Ahorita que venga tu papá para allá irnos a la otra casa. Siéntate, Luan. Ahorita quiero que me ayudes a rejuntar tu cobija, que la dejaste ahí tirada. Y ya en la otra casa ya vamos a comer. Ahorita que lleguemos allá ya vamos a comer.
Did you see it? I'll slow it down for you. Watch. As Marsha's daughter is recording her mum, she accidentally catches something paranormal on camera. Unknown to Marsha and her kids, but they were being watched by something dark and huge. Marsha found out about the shadow man after reviewing her daughter's video on the phone. Then she quickly uploaded it to social media. Warning: the following video might be disturbing to some people. Viewer discretion is advised.
Quisimos grabar ahorita porque se está escuchando algo en el closet. Dios mío, ¿qué es eso? ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Quieres algo? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? No inventes, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué es? Se abrió. Espérate, cálmate. ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Te podemos ayudar? ¿Necesitas algo? Dinos. ¡Se asomó alguien! ¡Alúzame! Espera. Espérate, alúzame. No hay nada, mira, no hay nada. No sé. ¿Sabes qué? Vamos con los niños. Yo creo, mira. Aquí no hay nada. De este lado tampoco hay nada. Aquí tampoco. Vámonos con los niños, vente.
Now, imagine this. You're lying on your bed and all of a sudden you hear 3 knocks coming from your cupboard. First off, that would scare the shit out of me. But secondly, that would send alarm bells ringing, because for me, 3 knocks, taps or bangs represent the Holy Trinity. And whenever you hear this, it's a mockery of the Holy Trinity. The 3 represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Then, even more terrifying, what looks like a weird face peeks out from the clothes. If you look at the face, something doesn't look right. Immediately, Joshua jumps up, and he does something that only a fraction of people can do in this situation. He doesn't show any fear, and when he checks, there's nothing in the cupboard. So, what do you think is haunting the Luce family? Ghosts, poltergeists, or demons? Or do you think it's a combination, just like Lee's haunting? You can visit the family on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Just look up the name, it's on screen, and tell them Project Dark Knight sent you. Still really haunted. Now this video wouldn't be complete if it didn't feature Lee from the YouTube channel Really Haunted. For those of you who have followed my channel from the beginning, you'll know that I've studied Lee's haunting from the start, and I featured him on my channel quite a lot because for the last 2 years his home has been under attack from 6 ghosts. But more importantly, we found out a few months back that his home was also under the influence of a demon named Vlad. Lee and his family have been through so much violence and terror because of paranormal activity. Both Lee and his dear wife Stacy have been physically attacked. So much so that Lee made the hard decision that his wife and children shouldn't stay in the home until the dark forces have subsided. If you want to watch Lee's haunting from the beginning, to watch every hair pull, every push, every bump, scratch and bruise, may I suggest clicking onto my Ghost, Poltergeist and Demons playlist and watching from the start. Only then will you understand the severity of the case. Luckily, Lee has now got help from the church, but it took some time because of COVID restrictions and a lot of red tape. But eventually, 2 priests visited Lee's house and exorcised his home. After a few visits and a lot of holy water and prayers, the activity has quietened down. It hasn't fully dispersed, but compared to how things were, it's 100 times better. It's an ongoing process to clear the home and will take time. So every now and then, paranormal activity still occurs. It's still not safe enough for Stacy and the kids to come home, and this is one of the reasons why. In the early hours of the morning, while Lee is fast asleep, the demonic activity starts up. This has happened a few times already, and once it got really close to starting a fire. The entity in Lee's home is so advanced it can pull a person out of bed by their legs, levitate heavy objects like chairs and hoovers, and it can also turn on a gas cooker. All it takes is an aerosol or a cloth, and then suddenly the house is on fire. Recently, Lee woke up just after 3 o'clock in the morning because the house alarm had been triggered. He went downstairs and turned it off, and then suddenly, everything in the house started to shake and bang, which really worried Lee. As he stood there, all alone in the dark, it was obvious to me and anyone else who was watching that the paranormal activity in Lee's home has returned.
So I've just been woken up by the alarm. I've gone down, turned it off, and everything started going crazy. You can hear all banging downstairs. Everything feels weird. I'm scared. That is crazy. Go away. Shit's been thrown over. Tripod with no camera on that. They're being charged. This is insane. like something's in the roof. Fuck that. Hoover. Go away. Stop. Stop this. Cat's crying at window, but I'm not letting her in.
After getting woken up, Lee went downstairs and he fell asleep. Suddenly, the K2 teddy bear lights up, indicating that a presence has been recognized, drawing closer to Lee. As he sleeps, a black mass floats right down into his body, possessing him. Lee gets up and appears to be acting strangely, just sitting there in the dark. He walks around for a bit in a daze and then stops with his back facing the camera. He stands like that all alone in the dark, just staring at nothing. After some time, Lee snaps out of his daze, but a few seconds before that, a shadow figure is seen coming out of Lee and walking towards the camera. As the shadow figure moves away from Lee, he starts to come around from his daze. As he looks down at where he's standing, it's almost like he's wondering how he got there. He makes his way back to the sofa, looking like he's been drained of his energy, and without another word or even looking at the camera, Lee falls asleep. So, did we just witness Lee being possessed? When he woke up and reviewed the footage, Lee didn't remember any of it. This has happened before to Lee, but this time it looked worse. I'll be keeping a close eye on Lee's channel and I'll report any new videos he uploads in the future. Until then, if you want to watch Lee's paranormal journey from the beginning, you can catch up by watching my Ghost, Poltergeist and Demons playlist. Or you can visit Lee's channel directly. It's called Really Haunted. And don't forget, tell him the Dark Knight sent you. The 1916 Ghost House. For Chapter 4, we're taking a look at a TikTok account that goes by the name of 1916 Haunted House. It's run and owned by a young man who bought and moved into this house in Indiana. The house is haunted by the previous owners, and the story goes there was an elderly couple that lived in the house for over 60 years who loved each other dearly. But in their twilight years, the wife was afflicted by many illnesses. The wife had a physical deformity which made it painful to walk. So because he loved her so much, her husband carpeted every single room in the house to make it more comfortable to walk. He even carpeted the toilet, bathroom and the kitchen. The carpet had a thick underfoam which really helped with the pain that his wife felt. But his wife died because of her illness, and many years later, her husband followed. Both of them died in this house. When the house was bought by the new owner, he had to rip up all the foam and carpet, which was throughout the whole house. Also, he started to renovate the old house to spruce it up and bring it back into the new era. As soon as the renovation started, so too did the paranormal activity. It is known in the paranormal community that if you start renovations on a so-called haunted house, or if you start any kind of DIY or any form of demolition, then paranormal activity usually starts up. People say the paranormal activity started up because the old owners or the spirits didn't approve of the changes that were being made to the property. And that's usually when poltergeist activity is reported by painters, decorators, or the new owners. And this is exactly what happened here. Taps and bangs can be heard all throughout the house. Whispers and laughing can be heard in the dead of the night, which can be really creepy. And loud, running footsteps can be heard everywhere. So the new owners started recording, and this is what they captured. Watch.
Go straight down into this, and then after a while, you know, it sucks that out and pumps it out. And then here's a shower. This is actually what we're using. It looks super sketch, but it's actually really, really nice. Don't tell Emily, but there was a spider in it. It's actually really nice. This is what we use until we fix the upstairs shower. And then the very open bathroom with a random phone there. So if, you know, I'm doing business, I can still do business. And then washer, dryer, this, and of course you got the bar. This is a work in progress thing. Hey, what the fuck? This is a work in progress thing. Hey, what the fuck?
In the next clip, the new owner is filming in the basement when all of a sudden he looks up because he hears footsteps. This clip for me stands out because two things happen that are important. Number one, the entity is drawing attention to itself with loud footsteps to assert dominance over the new owner. And number two, the footsteps are so loud and clear that the new homeowner can follow them right down the stairs into the basement right opposite from him. It's alarming when you hear the footsteps on the wooden stairs for the first time. You can imagine something standing there just watching him.
Alright, so pardon the mess, but this is what I was telling you about, man. So, you got the toilet, and just the complete open. I mean, like I said, ignore the mess. We haven't done laundry in a while, but yeah, it's a completely open bathroom just in the middle of the... It's always something, every single day. You heard it too? Yeah? I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's getting worse. It's a completely open bathroom just in the middle of the...
In the clip you just watched, something heavy came running down the stairs and hit the camera as it moved past it. Who knows, maybe it was trying to knock it over. Then you can hear 11 loud footsteps as it climbs up the stairs. Listen. Well, did you hear it? In this clip, something is messing with the camera. You can see it being moved around, but there's no one there. As it hits the camera one last time, all of a sudden, you can hear a faint laugh. Listen. What you are looking at is a shadow figure moving on a different frequency to ours. They move at a speed of rate that the human eye just cannot deal with. That's why they always appear out of the corner of our eyes. If you want to watch these videos again, you can jump over to his channel on TikTok. It's called 1916 Haunted House.
Alright, watch this. Get off. Thank you. Isn't that creepy? Oh! It's always when we do creepy shit.
Before we get to the last case, if you've seen something creepy or amazing, or maybe you've captured something paranormal on camera, or maybe you're a ghost hunter and you want to get your content out there, or you might just live in a haunted house. If you've answered yes to any or all of the above, then send in your videos, clips, links, photos and stories to Project Dark Knight Horror. The email is on screen. You never know, you might just see your video on the channel. All content that's used will be credited. Thank you. The Haunted Shower. For my final case today, we're checking back in with a TikTok account that I featured on my channel about 4 months ago. It's about a girl called Sammy who's been experiencing poltergeist activity in her home. And the last time we saw her, the activity had amped up in the family house. Loud thumping, heavy footsteps and ghostly apparitions were just some of the occurrences she had to deal with. But then suddenly a solid black entity started to appear in her home and would walk around from room to room watching the sisters. In her last post, her sister started to experience strange activity too. Watch.
Hey, let's go get my sister. Hey, Charlie, watch out. What are you doing? Got you, me. Got you. Go, 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 go. Okay. Hey, Charlie. Oh my God, Danny.
What?
Literally, someone just ran in here, I think.
Huh?
Someone just ran in your room.
You sure?
Then she started noticing something strange out of the corner of her eye in her bedroom, so she quickly took some photos of it before it disappeared. What she captured in that photo sent shivers down her spine and was one of the reasons why she stopped posting.
So, night before last, I was taking pictures in my room, and I had decided to open my closet a little bit, and I thought that I would catch some orbs or some mist-like anomalies. And sorry, so here's the picture. Let me zoom in for you. I don't own any clothes that look anything like that. That is a face in my closet.
Like I said before, after these scary paranormal occurrences, her TikTok account went dark because the activity was getting way too intense. But then 4 months later, I noticed Sammy posted 2 new updates on her account.
So, I just recorded a video in my bathroom about the situation that happened the other day about the shower curtain. And little disclaimer here before I show you that. This is the only light switch for this bathroom. Like, there's no light switch out here on the wall or over there. There's no other light switch. This is the only one for this bathroom. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. Hey guys, back in the bathroom again. So as you saw in the video the other day, something happened with the shower curtain. So we're gonna have a look at it and see if there's anything in the shower this fine day. So we looked in here last time and there wasn't.
So it turns out that the paranormal activity has come back again. She stopped posting 4 months ago and the activity died down. But just like every paranormal case, the activity always dies down for a short period of time. But the activity always comes back, and it always comes back stronger. This is true for all paranormal cases, past and present. We don't know why the paranormal activity comes and goes. All we can do is speculate. I personally think it's like a hibernation phase. It goes to sleep and powers up, storing all that energy, and when it does return, whether it's weeks, months, or even years, it's always a lot stronger. If there's an expert out there watching this, I've got some homework for you. I'm always trying to learn and expand my paranormal knowledge, so if you know the real reason why the activity starts and stops in this fashion, then please drop me a message down in the comments. Sammy's story is very strange and interesting, so I suggest you watch her videos from the beginning and drop her a comment or two. I'm sure she'll love the support. But don't forget, tell her the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you. If you've made it to the end, then I salute you. You proved you're a true fan of horror. But before you go, please can you give me 1 more minute of your time? If you're interested in ghosts, poltergeists and demons, strange dark mysteries, cursed objects and randonautica, torture methods, serial killers and psychopaths, then Project Dark Knight Horror is the channel for you. I absolutely love all things horror, and I'm so passionate about my channel. You know that saying, what goes around comes around? Well, let's put it to the test and let's see if it's true. I want you to subscribe to the project and press the like button for every video you watch, and comment done down below. That's you doing a good deed for me, the Dark Knight, and what goes around will definitely come back around. I'm a true firm believer in good karma, so if you subscribe and help the channel grow, you're due a big fat lump of good karma. Also, why not join Project Dark Knight on my private Facebook group? There, you'll be in great company. We've got people from all walks of life, and we all share one common love, and that is the love of horror. So click the link below. You'll find it in the description section, and I'll leave the group open for you. A massive thank you to my friend Dennis for the Spanish translation, who also unfortunately has a demonic attachment and sends regular posts to the Project Dark Knight Facebook group. So if you're interested in that, he also has a YouTube channel. It's called Dennis Paranormal 27. The name is on screen. So go check him out and tell him the Dark Knight sent you. And a massive thank you to my 11 Patreons who support Project Dark Knight. They are Dawson Lip, Turtle Chief 9, Julie 6, Andrew M. Gross, Steve Launt, Laura Rhodey, Moses Perez, George Lopez, Cookie I Don't Know, Andrew Kopecki, and Baki T. Thanks to people like you that the engines at Project Dark Knight keep running. Thank you. Okay, that's it folks. And remember, you've been watching Project Dark Knight Horror, and I am the Dark Knight, signing off. Peace!
Don't ever laugh as the hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in a big white sheet, from your head down to your feet. They offer you